Hey guys, and welcome back. So today we're going to be doing a talk through tutorial, and I feel like I have never done one of these on my channel before. I have done like get ready with me style videos, but I feel like I wanted to keep it a little bit more on the chill side today. And I was inspired to do this tutorial because I got the new Anastasia shadows. They are this top, I don't know, they're kind of all mixed in, but the new Anastasia single shadows, the spring collection is in here, and then they came out with a bunch of new reformulated shadows. So I was inspired to do this look when that package came in the mail, and I was like, okay, it's like initiation to spring. So it's like bright lips, like neutral eyes, so I'm kind of excited, but this video is going to be a little bit longer than normal because we are going to be talking through. I'm not going to keep talking or we'll never get through this video. So first we're going to start with skin, and you guys know we're going to be priming with my two favorite primers of all time. I recently did try the Cover FX primer. Didn't love it, so the only thing I did notice is it did keep me really matte, but like it didn't fill in my pores, and like that's really what I need. And just applying it in the areas where I am very oily, which is pretty much the center of my face. And I'm going to start with skin today, and usually I do my brows first, but we're like, it's literally the apocalypse, so if you guys are kind of confused, I think I'm going to do my brows after, because somebody told me that, actually my friend Kelsey told me, she's like, oh, you do your brows first, because we were getting ready together, and she's like, oh, you do your brows first, and she's like, well, doesn't your foundation just go over it anyway, and doesn't it like kind of like make your brows look a little ashy? And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try applying like foundation first, and we'll see how that works. And then I'm going in with the MakeupForever Ultra HD Foundation Stick. Guys, I've been loving this lately. I mean, like, loving this. And I just take it and, like, war paint all over my face. And this is the exact motions that I do. Like, I literally apply it so much. And then I take a damp beauty sponge, and then I just start, like, blending it into the skin. This is my favorite way to apply this. This is so full coverage. Guys, like, so full coverage. It's so hard to talk and do this at the same time. I am so obsessed with this foundation. I wore it to work yesterday, and it holds up so well. I know I did my full in-depth review on it. If you guys want to see, I did a foundation, like, battle of the foundations, and I did the HD stick on one side, and I did the Ultra HD liquid on the other, and this one didn't win, but I like the way that this looks. I don't know. I may change my mind on that. But I'm just going to be bouncing the Beauty Blender all over my skin. Do you guys see, though? It's really full coverage, so this is why I didn't choose this to be the best one, because I wouldn't wear this every day. But I mean, hey, we're doing a makeup tutorial, so go big or go home. Like, full glam or no glam, right? That's literally how I am. So I'm just going to go in with the BareMinerals Bare Skin Concealer. You guys know this is one of my favorites. I like to change it up between this one and the Urban Decay, just so I don't use all of the Urban Decay, because it took me so long, like months, to find the Urban Decay in my shade again. So I'm like not trying to use it all up on the spot. I mean, I'll probably just buy more online or something, because I feel like I'm getting low. I don't know how I'm getting low already, but I'm getting low. So we are going for the full contour highlight today, since we are going to be pretty neutral on the eyes, and we're going to have a bold lip. I'm kind of going to make the skin a little bit more on the full coverage side, since the eyes are going to be so natural. I want my skin to really pop. And then I'm just taking the Beauty Blender, and I'm just going to be bouncing this along the skin and pressing in. And I just keep going over the same area, so it will pick up all of that excess product on my skin, because if you have too much product on your skin, it's going to cake up, and it's going to crease a lot underneath your eye. So sometimes I also like to take the Beauty Blender and just press, press and let it absorb. And that's when you got like the full like beautiful smooth skin. I've gotten a lot of questions about like, why is my skin so smooth? Sometimes it's really just like a like so much product on your skin, it kind of builds up and looks like you have texture or all of that. So just really make sure that you're absorbing all of the extra product so you don't have any of that. And then I really like to take around the areas where I get kind of cakey, and that would be in here, in between my eyebrows, on your chin, just kind of absorbing all of that excess product. Now usually what I would do is take my concealer and put it on my eyes, but I will be going in with a separate primer for that. And then I will just take some of the NYX Translucent Powder, and I'll be taking that on a Morphe M438, and literally just going and setting that under eye. Really pressing this powder in, because this powder is like silica based. So this will smooth any pores, honey, like any pores. And I don't really like this for the rest of my face, but I will be using it. Oh, look at all this smoke. I will be using it today, just because it's what I have on hand. But usually I'll go in with just like a separate foundation powder. Lately I've been loving the Bobbi Brown, like the baked foundation powder. I've really been loving that. And then I'll just take the M438 and just really work it in between these eyebrows to make sure that it is set, because that is where it can look the most cakey. So I'm really just trying to smooth out that area. Don't mind my brows again, guys. I've got to get them done really soon, but just I'm trying to let them grow out. I want my brows to be like real sharp again. And then I'm just taking a big e.l.f. complexion brush and that same translucent powder and setting my whole entire face, which is super important because if you are going in with powders later, which obviously I am, you want to make sure that it blends flawlessly on top of it. Okay, so now that that is done, we will go on to the brows because I cannot wait one more second to do my brows. And I'm going to be using the Anastasia Brow Definer, and I am in the shade medium brown. I don't like to go too dark just because I don't want it to look super unnatural. Sorry guys, it's so hard for me to talk and do my brows at the same exact time. And then what I like to do is for the top portion of my brow, I will comb the hairs downward so I can see exactly where the line needs to be. And then I will just take the brow definer on its side and drag it across my skin. I know that it's really early, guys, but are any of you guys going to IMATS New York? I will be there, and I'm excited. So let me know, guys, in the comments if you guys are going to be there, because I want to meet as many of you as I possibly can while I'm in New York City. So if you guys are going to be there, let me know in the comments down below so we can, like, meet up. Obviously, I will be walking around IMATS shopping like a fool, so if you guys are going to be there, let me know in the comments. We will hug, we will shop, we will have so much fun. So let me know, let me know. Okay, so now I'm just taking my LA Pro Conceal, and this is my favorite concealer to sculpt my brows out. I just think because the applicator kind of fits right underneath my brows, it makes it really easy to just carve them out cleanly. And I'll just squeeze out a little bit of product and just drag it underneath my brow. Just a little bit close to where my actual brow hairs start. And then I will wiggle it up with a concealer brush to carve them out. I will be taking my MAC Painterly Paint Pot and my Sigma 3D HD Precision whatever, and I'm going to be taking that and applying it on my lid as a base for eyeshadow. Also, this base just cancels out the redness of my lid. It is more of like a full coverage base, which is great because sometimes concealers aren't enough because I do have a lot of redness on the upper portion of my eye. I have no idea why. It's just some discoloration. We all have it. but mine just happens to be bad. So I'm just going to mask it with this primer base, which I'm obsessed. This one is from MAC, obviously. I'm almost through with this one. I want to try Soft Ochre, because I've heard some really good things about that. You always want to make sure to set the base before you go ahead and apply any shadow, because it is going to stick and it's not going to blend nicely. So you just want to make sure that you take a translucent powder, any kind of powder, even a skin toned color shadow, and make sure to set it so then your shadows blend flawlessly and you don't have to worry about them sticking, or you notice that one just comes out like muddy. That's what I noticed before I was setting my eyeshadow base. It was like getting like stuck. The color was like getting stuck, and it was like really patchy and dark in one spot and like light in another. So definitely make sure to set your base. So now we're going to be jumping into my Baby Little Z palette, which I got at Sephora, and I think it's so cute for like 10 bucks. It's great for travel. I can change out my shadows, my single shadows, whenever I want to. So I'm not sure what kind of look we're going for today, but I wanted to do something neutral on the eyes. I'm going to be taking Baby Cakes by Anastasia, and that is this really like light pinky shade. And I'm just going to take it on a MAC 224. And I think I'm just going to use this as a transition shade, because it does have like a little bit of a pinky purple tone to it. So it's not going to create much of anything. It's just going to make it a little bit easier for us to blend those pink shades out later on. It's just like a soft, like purple hue kind of, which is really pretty. Kind of just messily applying this everywhere, because it's just going to kind of act as a base for us. It's going to leave our eyes pretty like bright, which is how I want this spring look to be. Now we're going to be taking this shade called Buon Fresco. I'm going to be taking that on a Morphe M441, and I'm just going to be applying that in the crease, but I'm going to start in the outer corner and work my way into the crease. And I'm barely touching my brush to my skin, just because I don't want it to be full on pigment right now, and these shadows are very, very, very pigmented. So I wanted to just build it up, because I want to keep it pretty light with the color, just because sometimes with pinky tones like this, you can kind of look like you were punched in the face, a little bit on the bruised side. So we're just going to kind of skip that, and I'm just going to lightly apply this in the crease. And then once my brush has nothing left on it, I'm just going to go ahead and buff upwards. So then it is kind of like, not blown out, but just kind of blended out nicely. And I like to turn my brush to the side where there's like no product, and then blend it out that way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and apply this next shade, which is called Satine. I'm like so bad with pronunciating, but that is what that shade is right there. And I'm going to be taking a Sigma E54, which is just a large shader brush, and applying this to the lid. I want to really keep this look kind of bright, so that's why I'm going to be taking this shimmery champagne color into the inner corner. Just what kind of makes our eyes pop a little bit. I do not want this look to be smoky at all, which is really tough for me to say. I wanted this to be a little bit more on the soft spring look. I just wanted my crease to be a little bit defined, because then what is the point of wearing eyeshadow if there is no definition in your crease? So I'm not going to apply any liner. I will just be applying mascara and false lashes, but I didn't want to go in with anything too crazy for false lashes. Since this is a spring look, I wanted to kind of keep this pretty bright and opened. So I'm just going to be going in with some mascara, which is the LAncome Grandiose mascara. I was gonna do no false lashes for this look, but I feel like what kind of look is it of mine if we don't have any false lashes? So then we're going to be taking Velour lashes in the style What the Fluff. These are pretty old lashes, but I just thought that we would apply them because I like them for this look. So I'm going to go ahead and apply these off camera, and then I will be right back. Okay guys, so after that we are going to contour, and I'm going to be using the MakeupGeek Contour Powder in Infidelity, and I'm going to be using a Morphe M523, and just taking that and contouring my cheeks. So I'm really lightly touching my skin, just going over the area of where I want to contour, which is just underneath my cheekbones. And these contour powders are so pigmented that you just have to really be careful, because you can really look like you got socked in the face really fast. Today for blush, we are going to be doing something very out of my comfort zone, and that is using a really, really baby doll pink. I'm not a big fan of baby doll pinks on my cheeks, but this is a spring look. I know I didn't say what this was. This is Well Dressed by MAC. This was the first blush I ever bought from MAC. Ever. And I'm really just going to focus this on the apple of the cheek. I'm not going to drag it all the way back. This is a super not pigmented blush. Like, you really have to kind of go in. It does have a slight sheen to it, but I will be applying a highlighter over top of it. After I packed on the blush, I'm going to go in with some highlight, and I am going to be using Becca Cosmetics Moonstone today, and I will be taking my favorite highlighting brush of all time, and that's the Morphe M501, and taking that on the top of my cheekbone and really just highlighting up here mostly. I don't want to drag it too far down and make it look like I'm like sweating. So I am just going to leave it up here. I don't want to be so glowy, but since this is a spring look, I want to look fresh and dewy. So now we're going to go into the lower lash line. I'm not going to apply much at all. I'm literally going to apply that Buon Fresco shade, and I'm just going to apply it super close to the lash line. With a flat definer brush. This one is just from Sigma. They have one from Morphe. They've got these brushes all over the place. They're perfect for underneath your eye. They're also perfect if you want to fill in your brows with brow powder. So now I'm just going to be taking a pencil brush and a little bit of that shade and just blending out the lower lash line. I am not smoking it out. This will make you look like you got punched in the face. So I am just going to blend it out slightly for a little bit of definition on my lower lashes. And then we're going to be taking a newbie in my collection. This is the NYX Skinny Mascara. I needed a new bottom mascara, and this was literally perfect. The brush size is, can you even see that? It's literally like tiny. So I'm going to be using that for my lower lashes today. Now, lastly, onto the lips. And I'm going to be taking the Tarteist Lip Paint in So Fetch. If you guys love Mean Girls, then this is, like, definitely for you. And this is a bright pink. This is bright as shit. So I thought that this Neutral Eye Bold Lip, perfect for spring. This lip color is not for everybody. I understand that. I feel very uncomfortable wearing it. But it's such a pretty pink corally color that I think is going to be beautiful for this spring if you guys feel like jumping out of your comfort zone. Pick up this lip paint. It is so comfortable to wear because it's like a cream. And when it dries down, it still feels nice. And the texture is like thin and it's not like a thick, cakey mess on your lips. Okay guys, so that is all that I have for this makeup tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed and I hope you guys try out this spring look, and if you guys do and you guys recreate it, definitely tag me on Instagram, and I will see you guys in the comments down below. Let me know if you guys like this spring look and what other things you want to see for spring. I mean, I will do anything you guys want to see. So that is all that I have to say. I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys on my next one.